In this video, I'm going to talk about how I'm repurposing a table that was designed for classic games like chess and backgammon so that I can use it for miniature and board games. So let's get into this. Welcome to Solitary RPG. My wife and I like going to vintage markets, places that have a variety of different vendors. Some people selling new items, some people selling repurposed items, and some people just selling random items. And those are the booths I like going to. And I went to a booth and I saw a really cool table and immediately saw the potential for this becoming a new game table for me. And here is a picture of the table that I saw. I really like the design. The person had it displayed with the top off it so that you could see that it was meant for a chess game or backgammon. And I just kind of saw right away that if I made some slight modifications, actually, I'm not modifying the table at all. All I'm adding is another insert. I could immediately use this game for small skirmish miniature games and board games and everything that I enjoy playing. And the price wasn't bad. So this is not an antique. It was made in Malaysia and the legs are bolted on, and you can tell by the bolts that this is probably a more modern piece of furniture, but it is a solid piece of furniture. It's all solid wood. It's no press board or anything like that. And it's still got some quality to it, and I'm like, perfect. And it was like 300 bucks. And I've looked at gaming tables, I've looked at a lot of different things, and I just like the way this one looked. It just has a vibe to it that's a little bit more classic than your traditional square tables, and it looks nice in my house. So this is just a table surface, and you can flip this top around, and now we have a chessboard. And this chessboard can also be used for combats. I know the squares are larger than 1 inch, which is fine because that way I can put markers next to the miniatures if I'm using miniatures or standees to represent initiative or things like that. But this could be used as just a standard battle grid. How does Trevor call it? The featureless terrain type setting, but it's just gridded out if I wanted to do such a thing. But it also could be used for, guess what, playing chess, which I happen to enjoy playing. So yeah, this is the chessboard, which is really cool, and I just kind of like it. And then here is the backgammon table portion of it. I've never played backgammon. I don't know how to play backgammon, but if I wanted to learn, this is a nice place to learn. You can also see in this photo those white felts, or they're actually tan, but the photo makes them look white. But you can see I put these felt pieces in because originally there were rubber um, protectors laid down in there, but however they stored this table, the rubber was sticky. So to me, it told me that maybe it was kept outdoors, maybe in like a garage or a storage unit, and maybe the rubber was just starting to break down or something like that because it was all kind of sticky and tacky. So I yanked all those out and I just replaced them with felt because I would rather have felt touching wood than rubber. So that's the basics of the table. So that's everything. The table looks nice. It's got all of its charm of nicks and scrapes, and you can see some of them in the photo, which is perfect because that way if I scrape it or something, I won't feel as bad because it's already damaged. So when I saw this table at the booth, I saw how the backgammon board had these elevated pieces of wood. That's a backgammon thing, I guess. And I saw the potential of just putting down another insert inside of that so that I could play miniature games and also board games, things like that, by creating another false surface and covering it with felt. And that is what I did. But yeah, I took a piece of plywood, put a cut it to size. I cut the corners off. You can see in the back and the front corners, because that way I can lift the piece of wood out if I want to get to the backgammon table. But yeah, this will just be used for board games. The inside dimensions, so the green playing surface for miniature games and board games is 29 by 29, which is going to limit some of the games that I can play. My Hero Quest board is just a little bit over 29 inches, so that's not going to fit, but my Dungeon Saga boards will fit in there just fine. I'm not going to have a lot of room from the surface to putting the lid back on and covering it. Yes, I could cover the board, but if I have like miniatures or anything really sticking up, I'll have to remove those if that's what I'm going to do. But I don't normally save games to come back to them later, but this gives me that option if I have to. If I have to come back to a game later, I could cover it so that way my cats don't jump on the table and rub all over the felt, which cats love to do, and knock all my stuff all over the place. So, and that's another reason why I want to keep it covered, is because I have two lovely cats that let me live in their lives, and I am required to feed them and pay attention to them when they want me to. But yeah, so this is going to be my table for that. And then the overall table is roughly 40 by 40. I'm going to say more like maybe 38 by 38, simply because the edges are not cut square. They are cut at this really cool pattern, which I really like. There's something about having a square table versus a round table, because my previous table that was in this space was round. It never felt good for playing games on, and a lot of it had to do with you just lost some of that space because it was round, and we just had problems. But here, having it square, I gain a little bit of that extra space, but I think it's more just your perception of the process. But I do like the idea of having it square. It just makes me feel like I got a little bit more room on the table. This is also going to lead to maybe me making some changes in how I am recording my videos in the future, because this space in my house is basically my library, or my kind of my RPG gaming room. It is just much more suited for recording. I have a lot more control in the light in that room, because it has 4 can lights in the corners and they're all on a dimming switch, so I can really control the light, and I also can cover those cans with light diffusers if I have to. And I can easily clip on my camera, and my microphone is a lapel mic now, so I don't need to worry about that. But in order to make this happen, I needed to get another computer. And what I did yesterday was took my old MacBook in to have it refurbished, or kind of just gone through. The battery was shot, and it's been a while since it's been refurbished. And my MacBook is my old streaming computer I used to use when my buddy and I used to stream at the game shop. So I went ahead and had that redone, so maybe I can use that for recording. But it's gonna take time. It's not gonna happen overnight, but I really feel recording in this space, it's going to give me better video quality, and it's also going to give me better audio quality. One of the things that bugs me about my videos is my audio quality. And if you look at my desk, this is my hobby desk that I record at. I'm in kind of like a tunnel, and I know this is probably getting some people nauseous. And there's a lid on top of all this, and it really just creates some bad audio, because I'm just kind of talking in kind of a tunnel. It's the best way I can describe it. And I've done a lot of work with positioning of my microphone, changing to these lapel mics and things like that. So moving out into my library area, my RPG area, I think will offer me some opportunities to adjust my audio a little bit better and do some different things. But at the end of the day, if I can increase my video quality just a little bit and just start putting out a better looking product at the end of the day, that's what it's about. So expect some changes, but don't expect them anytime soon. This has actually kicked off a whole renovation project at the house of painting some of the house and painting up that room and just doing a lot of changes. So it may be a while, but I will have my table, and I have been enjoying using it for some board games that I enjoy playing, and it's just been great. So thank you for watching, and have a great day. Bye.